welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
And neither of us is Mads Mikkelsen. But that's okay, because we're reading an article about him, so it's like he's here in spirit. And we're also talking about how he's Hollywood's favorite bad guy. And I was reminded at the end of yesterday's article, he was the bad guy in the first Daniel Craig James Bond film.
Yes.
Casino Royale, where he cried blood, which is a great thing. Bad guys in James Bond movies have to be good, right? And they've had a few recently. Javier Bardem, he was a good bad guy. That Spanish guy who's kind of got the heavy face. And then right after him, it was Christoph Waltz from Austria, who's a bad guy in many movies, and he's very nice, but slightly creepy. I kind of like him too. You had a whole area of bad guys that I didn't think of when we were talking about great Hollywood bad guys. Which ones are your favorites?
Well, because for me, I don't really watch a ton of movies anymore, and so most of my movie experience is from when I was a kid.
Okay.
So all the bad guys I can think of are all from Disney movies.
There's some great bad guys though.
Yeah,
Or
there
bad
really are.
Like Ursula, bad girls, bad ladies.
I was reminded recently of how she's not just that little sea witch in the water. At the very end, she gets gigantic and she turns super scary, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a little bit frightening for a kid.
That is scary.
But yeah, she was a good bad guy. Jafar was a good bad guy.
That was from Aladdin, right? I was thinking of that guy.
Yes, he was very
also
creepy.
Right, and Scar, right, from Lion King. I mean, not a guy, he's a lion, but he's really scary and evil.
He was quite you know, calculating and manipulative and creepy in that way too. So.
And another one that I love, who sadly passed away not too long ago, Alan Rickman.
Oh, yeah,
right? Professor Snape from the Harry Potter films, Die Hard. Great actor, really nice guy.
Yeah, although
but
if you
wonderful
say
bad guy.
Snape is a bad guy, then you're going to run into that whole debate of is he a bad guy?
He looks like a bad guy, let's just say. He looks like one of the real bad guys, but you're right, the story does change. Spoiler alert! Anyway, guys, let's get back to Mads Mikkelsen and find out why he is one of Hollywood's favorite bad guys.
With his menacing screen presence, Mikkelsen has gained a reputation for playing villains. He starred as the twisted Hannibal Lecter in the American television series Hannibal, which aired from 2013 to 2015. After Hannibal concluded, Mikkelsen played the villain in the 2016 movie Doctor Strange and in 2022's Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. In Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Mikkelsen takes on the role of Voller, an ex-Nazi now working as a NASA engineer.
Okay, welcome back. So now we are into our part 2 of Mads Mikkelsen, Hollywood's favorite bad guy. And so we are going to learn a little bit more about him and maybe a little bit more about how he is as an actor or what movies he's in and all this kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and jump into the article.
Yesterday was all about how he became evil and then became an actor. He's not evil, really. He's good at being evil. But now let's find out what he's famous for. So if you want to check out some of his performances, listen up. With his menacing screen presence, Mikkelsen has gained a reputation for playing villains. Yeah, certainly because of maybe how they look, how they talk, the sound of their voice, or just the way they're able to stare at you through the camera and go, oh, even if you're at home, you're like, that guy's gonna do something bad to me. He's gotten a reputation. He's gotten quite famous and become quite well known for playing villains. He might want to be the hero and the good guy, but no, you can't. You've got to be the bad guy. He starred as the twisted Hannibal Lecter in the American television series Hannibal, which aired from 2013 to 2015. Hannibal Lecter, of course, is a character, but he's been played by Anthony Hopkins. I think maybe, did Ralph Fiennes play him later on in one of the movies? But he's a great bad guy. He's a psychologist, doctor, murderer who eats people.
Yes.
I mean, what a great bad guy, right? Not a great guy to go to dinner with, but a great bad guy.
Yeah, great bad guy.
A great character, a great evil character,
Yeah, there you go.
like Darth Vader or something like that. And of course, an actor who's playing someone evil needs to have a good presence. You can't be like, hi, I'm a murderer and I'm a really mean guy. No, you gotta have an evil presence, just looking at the person, maybe the way they light them, but there's certainly something in their face, in their eyes, in the way they are that is giving you a creepy, evil feeling. And that's basically what your presence is. It's kind of who you are, what you're doing, the energy that you give off, the feeling that you give to other people, right? If you're working in a hotel or serving customers, you'd like to have a friendly, accommodating presence. Have people feel open to come over and ask for help, not to give off sort of don't talk to me kind of energy. No, you want to have a good, kind, helpful presence. But of course, if you're playing a bad guy, you don't want to have that presence. You want to have the presence of someone dangerous. Here's another person with presence. The dancer's graceful presence on stage held the attention of the audience. It almost looked like she was a butterfly floating across the breeze.
Yes, they talk about actors and dancers and everybody. You talk about stage presence.
Stage presence.
Yeah.
Well, you could also maybe say charisma
Yeah.
in a similar kind of way.
Yes, and so we also had seen this word reputation in the last part of this article, and that reputation is a noun, and that is something that you are well known for. So if you are a nice person, then you might have a reputation as being a nice person. And so people know you as being kind and nice and all that kind of stuff. Here, we have Mads Mikkelsen having a reputation for being kind of creepy and good at making villains come to life on the screen. And so this kind of reputation follows him. We hear about him, we hear his name, we think that. And we have an example sentence where it says, the company has a good reputation for making quality products. So if you hear that company's name, you know that you can trust their product because they have a good reputation, a reputation for quality products.
Right, but then of course if they suddenly release a product that breaks and disappoints everyone, that will hurt their reputation, what people think of them, and then they'll have to fix their reputation to get people to believe them again. So it's kind of what people think of you, and it might be true or not, but that's what people think. Anyways, we also had this word twisted. He plays kind of twisted characters. Twisted, well, if you have a towel and you want to dry it out and squeeze out the water, you might twist the towel, kind of bend it around itself. That's to twist. Also, if you're exercising or dancing, you might twist at the waist. But when we talk about a person's personality or behavior being twisted, we're kind of saying it's not natural, it's not normal, it's not good. It's kind of evil or bad or scary or dangerous in a certain kind of way. It's giving off a bad feeling or making people feel threatened or in danger if you're doing something a little twisted. It could be kind of funny with your friends, but it could also make people worried or nervous or feel offended or something like that. Grace believes that modern society has a twisted view of beauty. Yeah, if everyone needs to look like a supermodel in a bikini, that's not good and healthy and natural and normal. It is kind of twisted. It's kind of wrong in a way, and it might lead to bad things.
Yes, and so now we can continue on with our article. We have, after Hannibal concluded, Mikkelsen played the villain in the 2016 movie Doctor Strange and in 2022's Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Okay, so those are two big movies that he was in. And then, if we keep reading, we see in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Mikkelsen takes on the role of Voller, an ex-Nazi now working as a NASA engineer. So we had guessed earlier that he was maybe going to be a Nazi. Well, he's an ex-Nazi. So.
I'm sorry, he's a retired Nazi, but he's still going to get the Nazi punch to the face from Indiana Jones. That's going to be very interesting. All right, guys, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more from Mads Mikkelsen.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们今天要继续介绍这位实力派演员 Mads Mikkelsen 麦兹米克森。Mads Mikkelsen 凭着他充满威胁的荧幕形象，获得了饰演反派的名声。那他在美国电视影集《双面人魔》当中有主演性格扭曲的 Hannibal Lecter。然后呢，后来他也在《奇异博士》还有《怪兽与邓布利多的秘密》当中来饰演反派角色。接着呢，他就要在这个《印第安纳琼斯之命运中盘》这部电影当中饰演一名现在担任美国航太总署工程师的前纳粹党员。我们来看看单字 presence， 它可以指出席或是存在，可是在课文里面它是指风度或是气质。Mike 老师在解释时，他用到 charisma 这个字 ，charisma， charisma 它表示非凡的个人魅力。那老师也聊到说，演坏人就是要能够散发出那种邪恶、令人毛骨悚然的感觉。那么作为饭店工作人员，则是要给人那种友善啊、乐于助人的感觉。老师用到 creepy， 这是形容令人毛骨悚然的。还有 accommodating， 这个字可以形容是乐于助人的、肯通融的。好，再下一个单字 reputation， 它表示名声、声誉。那么 twisted， 它可以形容这个性格、观念等等的是扭曲的、变态的。好，那我们接着回到课文中。
Some actors would feel frustrated at always playing the same kind of characters. However, Mikkelsen welcomes it, saying,
If the alternative is not to work in Hollywood, I'll do it any day.
Though he's become an international star, Mikkelsen still regularly takes on roles in Danish films. In fact, he's made such a splash back home that he was knighted by the Queen of Denmark in 2010 for his contribution to the Danish film and TV industries. Another Round, a Danish drama he starred in, also won the 2021 Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. And his latest Dane-directed project, with the working title of King's Land, is set to be released later this year. Surprisingly, Mikkelsen won't be playing the bad guy in this one.
All right, we are back. So let's find out more about Mads Mikkelsen. He's a great actor, a great bad guy, but he has that evil presence. But I always wonder, does he want to be in a romantic comedy? Does he want to be like the guy the girl dreams of getting together with, and at the end they get together and we're so happy, but we're still afraid he's going to murder her?
Yeah,
because he's got that presence.
Yeah, he's got that face again. Well, we'll see, because some actors do feel frustrated like this, but some don't. So let's see how he feels in the next part of our article, which reads, some actors would feel frustrated at always playing the same kind of characters. However, Mikkelsen welcomes it, saying, if the alternative is not to work in Hollywood, I'll do it any day. And I think that's a really good point, because he's like, look, at least I'm in Hollywood working, and I get to do what I want to do. I get to be in movies. I don't think he will care that he gets to be the villain.
There you go. He traveled the world as a dancer. He's been an athlete. He's had other harder jobs, so this isn't so bad. And I know from hearing interviews with actors over many years, I think it's better to be the bad guy all the time than just kind of the boring, always doing the right thing good guy. Because at least bad guys have more acting to kind of get your teeth into, right?
Yeah,
Whereas you're the good guy, you always win in the end, and it can get a little boring. But yeah, you could be frustrated if you're typecast. That's what we call it, typecast. You're always the same kind of character. That would make many actors frustrated. When you're frustrated, you have the feeling of always meeting failure, no matter how hard you try, no matter how well you do, no matter how many times you try, you're always meeting failure, you're never succeeding. And then this feeling of anger, of kind of banging your head against the wall, of trying to get there but never quite making it in the end, that angry, difficult feeling, maybe kind of puts you in the idea of you want to quit or give up. Those are all feelings of frustration. That would be the noun. That feeling you have, you are frustrated. All right. The passengers at the airport were getting pretty frustrated with the delays. First it was 15 minutes, then it was a half an hour, now it's an hour. How long is it gonna be? We're getting frustrated. Back to the article. Though he's become an international star, Mikkelsen still regularly takes on roles in Danish film. So he still goes back home, still makes those little movies in Denmark, which is great. In fact, he's made such a splash back home that he was knighted by the Queen of Denmark in 2010 for his contribution to the Danish film and TV industries. Now, you have family from Denmark, but I'm not sure, what would we call him as a Danish knight? Lord, Sir? Viking master?
I would guess sir, but
something like that.
That's just a
That
guess.
would be British, but it's the same thing,
yeah,
right?
I would guess they're similar. Sir or Lord would probably be my guess. But I mean,
still,
I don't know that much about
that's an amazing thing to get from your own country, though.
Yes, that is very good.
Yeah.
And that was because of his contribution to the kind of world of TV in Denmark. And so contribution is a noun, and your contribution is what you are contributing to whatever it is that we might be talking about. And when you contribute something, that's something that you bring to the table or you are adding to whatever is happening. For example, his contribution to the team's success shouldn't be ignored. So maybe he didn't do something that was very obvious, but he did bring something to the table. He did say, maybe he gave a lot of encouragement or brought snacks or something like that. So we can't ignore his contribution because it was still important.
Yeah.
And now if we keep reading, we see another round, a Danish drama he starred in also won the 2021 Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. Wow. So not just in Denmark, now it's international.
Absolutely. It was a really good movie. I've wanted to watch that. It's about some old friends and how life has changed for them. I've never been able to find it with English subtitles, and my Danish is not so good. I don't know any Danish. Back to the article. And his latest Dane-directed project with the working title of Kingsland is set to be released later this year. Surprisingly, and totally in opposition to our title, Mikkelsen won't be playing the bad guy in this one. Maybe it's a romantic comedy.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe he'll smile and be nice and friendly or something like that. Whoa, what a shock.
Yes.
All right, so that shows you, though, I think very clearly what a talented and multifaceted, meaning he has many sides, many skills, many things he can do. What a great actor Mads Mikkelsen is. So let's go to our what do you think question. Have you seen any movies or TV shows featuring Mads Mikkelsen? Which ones, and what did you think of his performances?
And so I'm going to have to choose the negative view of this because I have, but I just can't remember anything. So it says, so I'm going to read that I've never seen any of his movies or TV shows, but I'd be interested in seeing, actually I'd be interested in seeing any of the Danish ones where he gets to be maybe a little more dynamic and not just typecast as the villain. So that is my why I would like to see some of those.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And you also kind of wish that Hollywood would give him a bit more of a chance to play some other characters. Well, I think I would have to see the Doctor Strange movie because I saw the Doctor Strange movie and I don't remember him in it at all. In fact, I don't remember much about most of those Marvel movies. They're very entertaining, but often a few months later I'm like, was he in that? So I'll watch that one again because I think I have it at home. All right, guys, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the movies. Go out and see good films, bad films, foreign films, local films. Enjoy yourself, and we'll see you back here sometime soon. Until then, again, bye in Danish?
Oh, I forgot to look it up.
Good to be.
Bye.
有的演员会因为总是在演同一种角色而感到沮丧，怕被定型了。可是 Mads Mikkelsen 对这件事欣然接受。老师这时候用到 typecast。T-Y-P-E-C-A-S-T 这个动词可以表达使演员一再饰演同类型角色的意思。好，那我们看到单字 frustrated， 它是形容沮丧的或是恼火的。它的名词 frustration 可以表达挫折或者是沮丧的意思。好，那么课文就提到说 Matt Mikkelsen 在家乡呢引起了极大的轰动，以至于在2010年，因为他对丹麦影视产业的贡献而被丹麦女王封为爵士。那他最新一部这个由丹麦人执导的作品，预定要在今年下半年上映。令人意外的是，他在这部片里面不是演坏人嘞。好，那我们来看单字 contribution， 它就表示贡献，是个名词。Sam 老师解释时，他用到 bring something to the table， 可以表达贡献，可能像是贡献提议想法等等。而 Mike 老师最后在称赞 Matt Mikkelsen 的才华时，他用到 multifaceted。multifaceted， 它可以形容是多元的、多方面的。好，那这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是 would 的用法。第一种呢是用来谈论假设或是想象的情况，像 If I were a superhero, I would help as many people as possible。如果我是超级英雄，我会尽可能的多帮助人。第二个，我们可以用 would 来提出请求，这个语气就是稍微比较委婉客气一点哦。那么 Would you please close the door？ 就是说，请你关门好吗？第三个可以用 would 来谈论过去的习惯或经常发生的事情，例如 When I was young, I would always look forward to summer vacation。我小时候总是会很期待暑假的到来。第二重点则是用 such 搭配 that 子句去表达说如此怎么样以至于怎么样。注意 such 之后是要接名词。好，那我们来看它的句型，就是你可以用 such a 或 an 加形容词加单数可数名词搭配 that 子句。你也可以用 such 加形容词加上复数可数名词或不可数名词，然后搭配 that 子句。举例来说， It was such a beautiful painting that I couldn't stop looking at it。 那幅画非常美，我忍不住一直盯着它看。好，那么以上的这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
With his menacing screen presence, Mikkelsen has gained a reputation for playing villains. He starred as the twisted Hannibal Lecter in the American television series Hannibal, which aired from 2013 to 2015. After Hannibal concluded, Mikkelsen played the villain in the 2016 movie Doctor Strange and in 2022's Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. In Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Mikkelsen takes on the role of Voller, an ex-Nazi now working as a NASA engineer. Some actors would feel frustrated at always playing the same kind of characters. However, Mikkelsen welcomes it, saying,
If the alternative is not to work in Hollywood, I'll do it any day.
Though he's become an international star, Mikkelsen still regularly takes on roles in Danish films. In fact, he's made such a splash back home that he was knighted by the Queen of Denmark in 2010 for his contribution to the Danish film and TV industries. Another Round, a Danish drama he starred in, also won the 2021 Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. And his latest Dane-directed project, with the working title of King's Land, is set to be released later this year. Surprisingly, Mikkelsen won't be playing the bad guy in this one.
The internationally renowned Rainbow Village in Taichung was built by 9 veterans. In 2010, the village was scheduled to be demolished for urban renewal. When Mr. Yongfu Huang, who's nicknamed Rainbow Grandpa, learned of this news, he began painting the houses with bold colors and childlike drawings. Rainbow Grandpa created a world that is a brilliant fantasy. The cute animals and people painted by Rainbow Grandpa have whimsical expressions. Just looking at these drawings is relaxing and therapeutic, which is why Rainbow Village has gained such fame. Students from Lintung University organized an online campaign to save Rainbow Village from being demolished. Tens of thousands of people expressed their support for the campaign. The staff and students of Lintung University and Hongkwang University submitted a petition to Taichung city government to preserve Rainbow Village as is. Subsequently, the Taichung city government's Cultural Affairs Bureau funded a project to preserve Rainbow Village as a park. Rainbow Village now has a parking lot, public restrooms, lawns, and street performers, thereby providing a more comprehensive environment to accommodate the influx of visitors. Walking through the colorful village inspires memories of childhood. In addition to paintings, Rainbow Grandpa also writes auspicious phrases on the walls to wish visitors a pleasant journey and a life of happiness. Despite being 94 years old, Rainbow Grandpa still insists on rising at 4 a.m. every day to paint. Mr. Huang is extremely friendly and enjoys taking pictures with visitors, often posing with a victory gesture. In short, Rainbow Village is a place full of joy and warmth. It is a place that all visitors will remember with a smile.